Hello and welcome back, and thank you so much for having me back again for part 3 of this Better Mental Health series. So in part 1 we looked at the importance of having this routine, that we follow a routine every day. Part 2 was looking at exercise and incorporating some movement into your day to get those positive endorphins and happy hormones going, so that we can start to feel really good about ourselves, and have some time to start to process some of those things that perhaps we've been putting off or have been worried about. So in this video and in part 3, we're going to be looking at making plans. So what I mean about making plans. So making plans in the future about what you're going to do or things you would like to achieve, what ends up happening there is that it actually forces us to look forward into the future. Yeah, it forces us to look forward into the future and to actually really get clear on what it is that we want for ourselves. Yeah, it forces us to look at, well, how can we actually make ourselves better, happier, lighter, enjoy life. Because the thing is that when you don't make any plans, when you are living kind of day to day, and there isn't anything to look forward to in the future, that can be a really tough gig. Yeah, that can feel energetically in your body really, really heavy. It can generate those thoughts that, well, there's really nothing to look forward to. Yeah, that can be in itself quite depressing. Oh, every day's the same. It's like Groundhog Day. There's nothing to look forward to. What's the point? Yeah. And so what we know is that when you talk to someone who has depression, for instance, they're very much about things that have happened in the past. Okay, things that have happened in the past, and kind of tend to rehash things, from the past, and tend to be focused on those events. And so when you start to begin to make plans for the future and start to think about what you would like to achieve, it actually moves your focus from the past, from those things that you can't actually change, right? What's done is done in the past. You can't change the past. However, you can change your perception of the past, and you can change what you want for yourself in the future. So it moves you from a disempowering, I can't do anything about what's happened in the past, to a very empowering and very in control of, well, what I would like to achieve, have, be, do in the future is this, is X, Y, Z. Okay. And so just the act of making those plans for the future forces you to look into the future, forces you to consider what you would like for yourself, and forces you to, start thinking in a whole new different way, right? So you end up creating the neurology, those neural pathways in the brain that focus on what it is that you want as opposed to what you don't want, and what it is that you would like to achieve for yourself as opposed to those things that you can't change in the past. So it really does move you forward by making those plans. So you might be thinking, yeah, I'd like to make plans, but how do I make plans? That just sounds all too hard. Yeah, because I've got all of these problems going on. Okay, well, here's the thing. It comes down to making a start. It comes down to looking at one specific area in your life that you would like to improve. So I have a Wheel of Life template that might actually help you to look at all of those life dimensions, such as relationships, such as career, such as your friends and family, And all of those areas, you know, you will have different levels of satisfaction in those areas. And so really it does come down to identifying which area right now in your life would you like to improve. Yeah, would you like to improve your mental health or continue watching these videos? Would you like to improve your career? Would you like to improve the relationships with the people that you love? And so all of those things are possible, but we just need to kind of narrow down our focus from our whole life, you know, out here, and narrow it down into one singular aspect. And so once you have that, once you have the concept of, yeah, hey, I would actually like to improve my relationship, yeah, then you've got a starting point of, you know, of where to from there. And then it's really about brainstorming all those different ways that you could improve that relationship. Yeah. So, you know, then you know, you could, for instance, do a mind map, or I'll call it a brain dump, of all those different ways that you could improve. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to do all of those things, but the fact that you're actually thinking about it gets those, you know, active juices going in the brain, gets those neural pathways firing, and thinking about ways and exploring all those different ways that you could improve your relationship. And so once you've had and given some thought and some time to that, then you will have developed a whole, you know, all of these different options that you can choose from. Right? So you may choose to, you know, go on a weekly or monthly date. Yeah, you may choose to perhaps read some relationship books together and find out, you know, some more information from some experts. You may, you know, maybe go on a holiday together, or you may, yeah, there's all different sides. You know, you may choose to go to therapy together. So there are all you know, different kinds of ways that you could improve that aspect of your life, and it really is just about having a go and writing all those things down, really exploring, mind mapping it, and then going ahead and committing to some of those. Yeah, you don't have to commit to all of them, and just giving it a go and trying. So you would then schedule those in to your plan, to your diary, to, you know, whatever, you know, your calendar, and commit to it. So, you know, making plans doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be hard. It really comes down to a commitment of doing it, and understanding and knowing why you're making those plans. So, you know, people who make commitments and follow through with commitments, yeah, and have a high level of success there, really understand the value of the task that they're actually doing. So it's got to have meaning to you, whatever that task that you're doing and that you're planning for, it's got to actually have meaning. So if you're making a plan just to make a plan, you know, there's a chance that you're not going to carry through with it, because the time or the date will come up and you'll be like, yeah, it's not that important. Yeah. So when you are making those plans, it's got to be something that's important to you, that has meaning to you. And then that way, that is something that you can always look forward to in the future, that has meaning, that elicits those positive feelings. Yeah. And also creates an avenue for more creativity in the future. So I hope that's been helpful, you know, hope that's been helpful for you to, you know, for you to consider about, you know, what kind of plans that you could make for yourself. And if you'd like a copy of my Wheel of Life template, please feel free to email me and request that at Monika, MONIKA, at hypnolab.com.au, and I'll also put a link in there under this video. So thank you so much for watching. Take care, and go ahead and make some plans. Bye for now.